So bears with their paws around their faces. Um, so this is one of the artifacts. Let's say this is the ears up here, and the nose is like right there by my thumb. There's the eye, there's one paw, and then there's another one. So you can see that. And this is also like another polymorphic glyptic artifact. And I think by now I've proven that these are not actually rocks that were chipped. There's no napping involved. These are what that was when I decided to paint. I actually had this fully painted, and then I removed all the paint. So it took me because when I first pulled these out, nobody expects them to have such low relief. They want to see a napped rock or something. I think this is kind of metallic, and this is the only thing I have right in hand's reach. But they want to see something that's been napped, and I think this is a tool, and it's slightly metallic. So I was talking about that. I'm going to set that aside. So they want to see things that look like arrowheads, but these are not. It's another form of paleo art, and I'll explain this as very rough. What it is literally stitched animal hide, and all this roughness, that's hair follicles. I have enough of these to even prove that. Like, look at like right along the top here. So you've got like maybe a stitch right there where it puckers in, right there. And sometimes the ink will stick right to the, maybe it doesn't all have to be stitched. Maybe some of it's like, I don't know, print, because I'm not, maybe like pushed in or like embossed in. But for the most part, like to be able to hold it in place, you kind of see something in there. There's threading. Okay, so enough of that. Okay, so we saw, that's where I'm going, is talking about these bears with their paws by their faces. Oh, I did actually have a napped rock that had a bear with a paw like that, and I found it out back here at the condos. These ones I found in a different area. So this is the one that has a bear here. So nose, eye, ear, and there's its paw. It looks like it's embarrassed. That's cute. If I turn it over, there's a face there. And yes, I did take my brown ink and trace. Sometimes I'll use black. Trying to avoid using paint. So I was trying to, this was a hard one because I could see it looked like a bear head. But then, and I didn't want to paint it because if I turn it over, see this black mark, that was already there. Those were originally on this. So it made me think that it might have been like actually used as a tool. Well, I don't think so. I don't think it was used as a tool. Like, you know, like something you could put in there. So this is a long story. I did a video on it. So when I traced it, I got this guy here. And as much as I try to explain, it's wintertime and he's wearing a fur-lined coat. So you can see that fur around his chin. And that's the time to be hunting these. I don't know, maybe it's, they got him in, it looks like a bear, so you can get him while they're hibernating, I suppose. He's got his finger like holding the nostril. Look at it, this is the other hand right here, right there, and this is kind of pink. They're, that's the natural color of this artifact. So what he's doing is he's got like his, zoom out, he's got his little cutting tool, I suppose, and he's flaying the flesh from off of this animal. What are you going to do with the flesh on the face or the ears? And that's what I think these are. They're, I think these are kind of like the leather that an animal hide that is not going to be used. And you can see right where I highlighted some thread marks right there. And it's like when you realize what it is, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, this is very gritty, but you can also kind of just feel like a slight suede feel about it. Now it's like when I first saw these, and they were just abundant in the yard. Like, I was like, these are not very pretty rocks. This one had a lot of little facets, and I found animal here with its paw up to its face there. This one's unusual, and I was just, if you saw that, that's just a rock, but it has facets on it. But back to this one. Okay, so I saw this guy, he's flaying this bear on this side. And then when I turned it this way, here's the story. Working hard to keep, now there's another face right here, right along the edge of that fur coat. And you can see he also has like a sleeve there. Well, if you invert that and turn it the other way, that's like her hand. So face, hand, and then there's a baby there. Very tiny, that's its head right there, looking down. And it looks like the baby is wrapped. It's not much to see because it's at the edge. And also notice if I turn it that way, you've got this effigy face. So it's very loaded. So we get the picture. This guy is, killing. He killed the bear. He's getting as much of the skin off of it. Maybe they used every single part for something, and maybe that was just how they felt they had to. Just didn't, you don't waste things, even using every part to make things, to make your objects. So I was trying to figure out what this side was, and it looks like, a nose here, but I think what it is a perspective. I also have a collection of teeth from like sloth teeth and things. I think, and I find they like to carve teeth as well. So if this is the nose rather than this end, I used to think this was a hand pointing in there, like maybe you had started a fire in here and had to blow in there. No. Or maybe it was a whistle that you had to, it could still be a whistle. I don't know. But you can see like the edge of the skin, it's all folded. So if this is the open mouth, knock the teeth out. I had another little chipped artifact showing an animal getting its teeth knocked out. So again, I'd have to go dig that one out. So this would be the eye, like the skin is gone. So I'm thinking that's what is going on here. I know that's a morbid story, but you think he has to do this to, it's the Ice Age, and, they're having to face all the elements. You need to have a nice thick hide to keep keep warm. So there's the woman's face looking down at the child he's keeping, his family taken care of. Everyone works together. That's a lot of hard work, but they have time to make art, apparently. Maybe it's not that hard of a medium, but yeah, every so often, or I can find like these little stitch marks and stuff, and I think it's pretty cool to see that. Okay, the other one, and this one, yeah, I decided to take the paint off the other side, and I'm glad I did, because it gave me a little more clarity. But I didn't want to take the paint off of this side. I did kind of touch it up a little bit, like emphasize the crow's shape. And if I look down in this, the stitch lines are black. You could see right in the lines that I highlighted, right along that edge of that crow. So that's what stood out there. I believe it's a crow. I mean, it could be a different bird. Okay, you're looking at my sloppy paint job. I think it looks nice this way, but that one, okay, you see like the little details on this. And then you turn them over like this. And then this all becomes like, there's the cat's eye and ear. And this face now is looking up. And it's just like, you see anguish. I think this is just very intense. Like, this guy is gritting his teeth this way, looking that way. Then down at his shoulder, you've got this mourning face down there. And I keep interpreting this as a dead child with no eyes and no ears, and that's just horrifying. But it's like right at his heart. So, right. But then if I turn this way, this looks like a cat. The nose, hair, mouth, eye. Then you've got that crow. When it's flipped over, this becomes like hair, nose, chin. It's looking up, or if you want to, I don't know. That's how I saw it first, without, like, when I first collected it. And you can kind of see that thread line kind of going right through there. And this is the dimension of this headdress. So apparently thousands of years ago, they're wearing these amazing, like, headdresses. They like their bling, I guess. So over this way, you've got this animal sitting up on its haunches again. It looks like this is the paw, one paw raised, one down. There's a face going here, so this would be like a weird, interesting hat. There's the teeth, ear, chin. Turn it that way too. You've got an animal head looking to the left. Nose is here. Mouth is there. Ear is up here. And it's the same that way. Ear, nose, mouth, eye. Okay, where's that bear? Okay, there it is. Ear, there's its paws, and it's looking down. There's another animal, nose, eye, mouth. But that's the bear. It's like, they must be like portraying some kind of motion. So, okay. Have a great day, everyone.